Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Today is getting ready for some colder weather. It's not going to get that cold. I'm on the Gulf Coast. For the rest of y'all, this is like, what are you crying about? But it's colder than we're used to, and it's definitely colder than my animals are used to. I got some ducks. They're fine. They don't need anything. They'll sit in that water, just be as happy as can be. But what I'm really after here are my kunie pigs and my chickens. Mainly because they have conspired with each other to make me have to work. I'll show y'all what's up. So what happened here is that I had the entrance to this blocked off, and it worked fine for the bigger pigs. But the little ones started getting in here, and I had to get them out because they were getting stuck. So I took the blockage off, and then the two adult pigs got in here. And as you can see, I don't have any nesting boxes, perches. They've totally wrecked it. So I've got to rebuild this and get it to where hopefully I can keep the pigs out and the chickens will get back to laying eggs in here. That's why the pigs started coming in here. They figured out where the eggs are. Got to keep the metal out of here because the chickens and the pigs they'll eat all of it. It's called hardware disease when they start eating a bunch of metal. It messes with their digestion. Like I got to reattach this thing, so I'm going to go from outside and run a screw down from the top, get this stabilized up again. What are you doing, Solo? Come here, Solo. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? That's my boar, Solo. He's a kunie pig. He's around 3 years old. He's a giant teddy bear. Aren't you, Solo? Come here. Hello. That's tape measure, not food. Beggar. That's what you're doing now. You're begging for food. There we go. Okay, so now the next step is I got to get all the busted up nesting boxes out of there. Solo's sleeping on one of them. Take all that stuff away from it and see what I can salvage and go from there. The reason it got like this, over the summer We had a pretty bad lightning storm out here, and almost all of the pigs were over in the other pen. The only one who was in here was Solo. But the lightning storm took out the charger for that side, so I had to move them all into here. And you know, pigs being pigs, there are a whole bunch of them, and they thought it was party time. And they started exploring, and then they started tearing stuff up. Then I got that one fixed, and then another lightning storm came. Both chargers got taken out. So then I said, screw this, I'm going to back up and punt. I've got the electric fence now is on grid power, and I've got the electric fence grounded in several spots, hopefully well enough that it'll help defend against lightning strikes. I had that set up for where I had general nest production and area where I could keep the broody hen. And it had a gate and fence and everything, so it was completely separate. And I could let one go broody, hatch out eggs, and then you know, the rest of the chickens aren't trying to lay eggs in her clutch. That's kind of one of the drawbacks to letting chickens go broody. Everybody wants to get in on the action and get their eggs hatched. But I don't think I'm going to do that again. I'm going to try something different this year. I got to reset anyway. All of my chickens have gotten old, and I've got to retrain them to use the coop, so they're going to get locked up for several days in there. Get them to where they're laying in the new nesting boxes, if they're laying at all. These chickens are getting old. They're all the youngest one I think is like 3 years old. So really, they're all ready to be soup. But I'll be starting over again this year, getting a rooster or two and a bunch of hens. Trying to decide on a good breed. I'm thinking Wyandottes because they're damn pretty birds, and they make a decent meat bird. So anyway, let me know what y'all think about a good heritage breed chicken. You know, I don't want to do Cornish crosses. You just get them, feed them as much as you can, and then kill them. I'd rather have some birds around, try to get them to mate and incubate the eggs and propagate the flock like that. And then as the hens start getting too old, you know, they get culled out, and every year or so get a new rooster so that the genetics stay fresh. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to build a nesting box into this back wall here, and I'm going to come just above this hardware cloth will be the floor. And I'll build a small box here. This should make 2 boxes in between that, and then another small box in through here. Got a good bit of treated wood that I can use for legs to put down to the ground, but I'm thinking all of this stuff I'm going to cut off of the sawmill. I've got a nice wide log up on the mill right now. I think I'll use that to make all the parts to fit in all of this. This is one of the logs that you saw on the last video. I've got a couple of 4/4 boards cut off. I was just trying to get to where I had a nice crisp edge right here. What I'm going to do now is take this board and load the couple that I've got over here, clamp them to the side, and then take about 1/2 inch strips off the top of this can. to make the nesting box with. They don't need it to be a full inch, and besides that, I can use shorter, cheaper screws to build a nesting box with. So that's what's coming up next. She's cold-natured first thing in the morning. I love having a telehandler, built-in sawhorses, and transportation. Love it. So you can see, Freya Kitty. I have my QA inspector out here, making sure that everything is up to specs. This is Freya. Freya, what are you doing?
Kitty. Meow, meow, meow.
She sees me move this lull back here to the house, and she thinks it's her personal jungle gym. What are you doing? Got to give the squirrels some motivation to run. Nice thing about working with green wood, it doesn't tend to split as much, and it's much easier to drive a nail through or a screw through it. The water in the board acts like lubricant. see if it fits. You know how to tell when you've been working in the chicken coop for a while? You want to wash your hands before you go to the bathroom. Anyway, what I've done here is I put a 2x4 across the bottom, and that helps support the box. And with this here, I can get away with not having a back, because I got something solid here to screw the box to and to stabilize everything, so nothing wants to drop out or in or do anything else that we don't want it to do. I didn't measure that. Instead of doing a whole bunch of staples, I just take this ladder, drive it home on here, and it holds the chicken wire in place pretty well. You just have to get some chains. But now I got nesting boxes that I don't have to go in there to get their stuff. Not too bad for a day's work. Well, half a day. Thought I'd introduce y'all to the pigs. These are kunies. They're very, very docile animals. There's Solo. He's the daddy. The rest of these are all his boys. This is the bachelor pad over here. Now I feed them like this. See how they are right now? And they're kind of lined up. So that when it's time to harvest them, I can stand here at this side of the fence and do the deed without having too much drama or nothing else, because they're holding relatively still. I just got to give Solo plenty in his feeder, some extra good stuff, so he doesn't come over here and be a hog and hog it all up. Tomorrow's project is to get their shelter squared away. And this here is what I like to call the maternity ward. This is where all the girls are. The big white one there, that's Mama. She is the herd queen. And then you can see some of the younger ones. The ones that are about half her size are just over a year old. And then the little ones were all born this past summer. So this is what I have to pick from for treated lumber. This is our hurricane salvage pile. Stuff that got washed up on the property owner's lot on the bay. We brought out here so that we have some treated lumber for free. Now I was hoping to find some 1-bys. I've got one piece over there that's treated. But other than that, I really don't see anything that has any length to it. Everything else is kind of short and busted. So I got to figure out what to do, what to get for bracing out of this. Alright, so they managed to break apart this whole corner right here. And you can see the back corner back there. I don't know how well that's showing up, but it's all busted apart too. There's only 1 or 2 screws left holding this thing together. They have managed to really wreck this thing. But handful of screws, some internal bracing, some blocking. I'll get this thing pig-proof in a minute. It doesn't help that when the pigs first went into the chicken coop, they wrecked the nesting boxes and stuff that I had in there. The chickens came over here to this and started laying their eggs in here. And then of course the pigs figured out the eggs were in here, so they went for the eggs. So it became a kind of a cycle that I had a hard time stopping. I love zip ties. They make my life so much easier. Problem is though is that I tend to buy them in the 10,000 pack, and I use them in a couple of months. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I wonder if that's a sign I might have a problem. My name is Todd and I'm addicted to zip ties. No, not very good. I didn't think so either. But you know, I tell myself jokes all the time that even I won't laugh at. One nice thing about having all the animals that I do between the chickens and the pigs and the ducks and the honeybees is that they're pretty much self-supporting. Almost to the point where they take care of themselves. They pay for themselves. I haven't spent any money that I've earned from my everyday stuff that I do to pay bills in about 8 months. You know, and that's been my goal since I started doing all of this stuff, is for these animals to pay for themselves as much as possible. Don't get me wrong, I have spent thousands of dollars between just building the infrastructure. But when I started researching about doing this stuff, that was one of the first things that they said. You really can't count the infrastructure. You got to have it. And it ends up being divided among the animals. It doesn't stop me from having to do everything on a budget. I'm recycling as much stuff as I can, where I can. And I still end up spending a bunch of money. But I enjoy it, so spending money on it doesn't hurt too bad. The only days it really hurts are like what's coming, where it's going to be 20 degrees, and I got to come out here and get them fed and watered, break the ice and all that stuff. The rest of the year I don't care. But in the wintertime, it's like, damn it, do I really gotta? Looks like we've already got one who's decided this is a great place to lay eggs, which is good. They're using it, and I haven't even got any hay in here yet for them or nothing. I think they've missed having a nesting box. Chicken's mad at me for disturbing her. Oh, hush. You act like I'm going to steal your eggs or something. Excuse me. Now she's really mad at me because she didn't get to finish laying her egg in there. So that ought to do it. It's enough of a barrier to discourage the pigs from coming in here. It should keep them out. I'm pretty sure it will. And it's still low enough that I can step over this and come in here and give them food and water. Because pretty soon I'm going to need to lock these girls up in here and retrain them to use these nesting boxes. They're starting to use them, but we'll make sure that they do use them. Get them in the habit, and then they'll come in here to lay eggs. Then it makes it easy for me to harvest eggs. I got to show you all these pigs. They're being so damn cute right now. This is a piggy pile. They are all piled up on each other. They got the two big ones on the outside and the two little ones that sit right there in the middle. Well, y'all, I think that's going to do it for this video. We got the chickens and the pigs all nice and squared away. All I have left to do now is I got to go into town and go get some hay for bedding for the pigs. and they should be able to stay nice and warm. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.